when we say that fame was Jesus' enemy, this is why. We often talk in our lives about how important, it is to follow God and the good things that he gives to us and the things to avoid. The one thing we don't often think of is to avoid crowds, avoid fame, because they can actually be detrimental to what God has for us. The famous pastor who also was the author of the Message translation, Eugene Peterson, said that there's like 3 ways that we try to transcend or try to connect to a higher level without God. One is sex, one is drugs and alcohol, the third one is crowds. And it says we often rail against the first 2, but the third is far more detrimental. The crowds are far more detrimental because they keep pressing against, keep pushing. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, where people, even though they're well-meaning, they love you, and because they love you, they speak what they think is life, but is actually death. When they deem him crazy, what does that do? It opens the door for a non-well-meaning group of people to say, not only is he crazy, he's possessed. See, I think this is interesting. Jesus is so incredibly powerful. They don't try to say, no, there's no power there. They cannot deny Jesus' power. So we got to discredit where the source is. See, and what they saw was Satan. And they started to spew death onto Jesus, saying, not only are you powerful, but your power comes from Satan himself. Remember when I said Jesus is brilliant at discerning who gets to speak into his life? Here's the reality. The close relationships in our life will either build us up or bury us. It's just the reality. The ones that we allow to speak into our lives, the one that gets to speak value into who we are, they will either build us up or they will kill us. But here's the beautiful thing. Being close in proximity does not mean being close in relationship. Right? Just because Jesus is next to them in the house does not mean he's listening to them. See, I believe that you and I, we don't always have the choice who we're next to. But we definitely have the choice of who gets to speak into our lives. Too many of us believe that just because someone is well-meaning, that it's from God.